Hello everyone, this is the last day of August, so I'm going to do a book haul. These are all the books that I managed to acquire in August at thrift stores. I'm going to start at the top here. I found these two books, Carry On and Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I did read Carry On a couple years ago and I liked it, but I didn't love it. But for some reason, I've been wanting to reread it. And so I found Carry On and I read it right away and I absolutely loved it. This definitely went up to a 5-star for me. And I immediately finished Wayward Son in one day. And now I'm going through the next one. I don't remember the name. What is the last book in this series? I don't remember. Well, anyway, I'm reading it now. I had to get it from the library because I'm so obsessed. But yeah, I absolutely love this series. I'm surprised at how much more I love it now than I used to. I think one of the reasons was I read Lev Grossman's books, the Magician's Trilogy as well. These are interesting commentaries on the Harry Potter universe, and really enjoyed these two. So really glad I found them. I also got the Scythe Trilogy. I read the first book in the trilogy a couple years ago. I didn't love it, but my daughter is really getting into chapter books right now, especially dystopian books with a strong female protagonist. So I recommended she try the Scythe book, and then I ended up getting books 1, 2, and 3, and I'm including them in this haul and not just putting them on her shelf because I kind of want to read them again as well before I give them back to her. I don't think there's anything too bad in it other than the regular just killing of children or children killing children. Don't really remember too much. I think I am going to enjoy these books more the second time around. So that's that series. I also got Drown by Juanto Diaz. I read his 2 other books, The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, which I didn't like, but I did think it was brilliant, so I am going to reread it. And then I read his other book, which was This Is How You Lose Her, and I didn't like that one. I felt that was a little too vulgar for me, but I am looking forward to reading Drown, and I am really looking forward to reading The Brief and Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, which I already requested from the library because I'm not sure if I have a copy. I got War and Remembrance. I think I paid like 50 cents for this book, and then I realized it's just volume 1. I'm reading the first one in the series right now. It's very long. I wanted to get the sequel, but unfortunately I think I'm going to have to get rid of this one and get the full one at some point, because this is just the first half of the sequel. I also got The Awakening by Kate Chopin. I've heard really good things about this book. Seems like something I would enjoy, and this is a fun hardcover copy that I got for $2. Don't really know anything about The Awakening, though. I got The Glory by Herman Wouk. This is the same author as War and Remembrance. I absolutely loved The Cane Mutiny. I think it's one of the best books I've ever read, and I've heard such incredible things about The Glory. I think he writes about World War II, and The Glory is the final volume in his series of epic novels, 20th century. Yeah, this author is absolutely incredible, so looking forward to The Glory. I also managed to find The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is a book that's been on my radar for as long as it's been out. I've been wanting to read it, but I've never ever seen a copy of this book used, so I finally got it. I think it seems very interesting and whimsical, so I'm looking forward to finally reading this book. I also got another book by Anthony Doerr, The Shell Collector. I didn't know he had these collections of short stories. I have read his 2 famous books. My brain doesn't work anymore. His famous books, All the Light We Cannot See, and also the other big one. Sorry, my brain is just not comprehending what am I trying to say? And I doubt that this old copy has the names of his previous books on it. So, yeah, I'd like to read his short stories because I really enjoyed his books. So, I also got The Sweet Spot by Amy Popel. I read her book Small Admissions. I thought it was really cute. I actually read it a couple times, and then I let it go because I thought I was done with it. Now I'm kind of missing it, but it's fine. But yeah, I wanted to get another book by her because her writing was cute. I got We Do Not Part by Nobel Prize winner Han Kang. I think she read The Vegetarian. Yes, she wrote, not read, why do I always say read? She wrote The Vegetarian, which I read last year, and it was so extremely strange but interesting. So I'm excited to read more by her, and I found this really nice copy of We Do Not Part at a thrift store. This is another book I've read in the past and didn't love, but I've been wanting to reread some books that I strangely did not like for whatever reason, because my tastes are constantly changing, and I'm starting to think that some of the books I gave bad ratings to in the past actually were better than I thought. So this is one that I wanted to revisit, and I found this at a free library box to try again. And then I also got this at a thrift store. This is The Wonderful Welcome to Oz, The Marvelous Land of Oz, Ozma of Oz, and the Emerald City of Oz, just so that I can continue the series. And I also heard that Ozma of Oz is an amazing fantasy book. It was like one of the best fantasy books of all time. So I wanted to get that. I got another book by Raymond Chandler. I read The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. That's not him, no. What did he write? The Big Sleep. Yes, The Big Sleep. I read that one either last year or 2 years ago, and it was definitely interesting to reread. And I do want to read more by this author. This is a very complex writer who I'm not really 100% on yet, but I'd like to be. I'd like to get become a better reader of Raymond Chandler, because his books are supposed to be very influential. I also got The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I've been wanting to try Abby Jimenez for a while. I don't really know if I'm going to like her book, but I found it and it was there, so I grabbed it. I don't even think this is her best book, so I hope that I don't hate this one and then write off this author, because I ended up starting with the worst book by her. I got Glorious Exploits by Ferdia Lennon, because I think I've seen it around. It's supposed to be good, it's well rated, and it sounded interesting to me. It's a madly ambitious production of Euripides in a prison quarry. Okay, I don't know what I'm reading. It's about ancient history. Okay, I'll just figure it out. I don't want to deep dive into that right now. I got Rotem by Curtis Sinfield. I read a couple books by her this year, and I really like them. So I've heard of this book. I know it has mixed reviews, but I like this author's work a lot. So I really wanted to read another book by her. And I read Romantic Comedy, which I absolutely loved. And then I read her newest collection of short stories. I got Shopaholic and Baby and Mini Shopaholic. And I used to love the Shopaholic series. I used to read it all the time. My favorite book is Shopaholic and Sister, and I just recently reread Shopaholic, the first book. I don't really like the middle books, but Shopaholic and Baby is a very special book, because right after reading this, I decided to have my daughter. So I guess she owes her birth directly to this book, because I was just so overwhelmed by the ending. And I also grabbed Mini Shopaholic. And so I wanted to reread these books because they were really meaningful to me. And I kind of want to go back and start rereading a lot of my favorites again. I also got Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ning. I did read this book years ago, and then I loved it. I really did. It was my favorite book by her. I read her other 2 books, Little Fires Everywhere, and the other one about the girl who died. I don't remember the name, but this one I loved. I thought this was so poetic, and I've been wanting to reread it, and I just found this beautiful copy, so I grabbed it. I think it was like $1. So looking forward to rereading that one. For some reason, I decided I needed this, How to Reassess Your Chess Mastery Through Chess Imbalances. I don't know. I thought I needed this, and it was well rated. I really don't know what to say. I got 2 books by Mason Curry. I got Daily Rituals, Women at Work, and Daily Rituals, How Artists Work. I heard about these books somewhere, and I've been really wanting them, and then I found them at the thrift store for $2 each, so I got them. I think they're just like little inspirational texts about creating art. So excited about that. I got the one Carlo Rovelli book that I don't own. I actually didn't even know about this one. There are places in the world where rules are less important than kindness. I don't really know if this is a science book or just philosophy. I think most of his books are philosophy. But I've been really wanting to read this one, so I was really excited to find this. Well, I mean, I wasn't really wanting to read it. I read all his work, I guess is a better way to say it. I read all his books. I always buy them right away. So just excited to get another book by this author. I also got A Crack in Creation by this Nobel Prize winning author in chemistry. This is about gene editing, so really excited about that. This book is extremely well rated. This one I've had my eye on for years, Begin Again. This is about James Baldwin, or I guess it's commentary on James Baldwin, but this book's been on my radar and I've been really wanting it since it came out. I got Get the Picture. I already started reading this one. This is by Bianca Bosker. Kind of interesting. She goes on this journey to figure out art, and we'll see. We'll see if I end up liking this. This book has come up so many times in my other readings. When I used to read a lot of memoirs by astronauts, and they always talk about this book, just in like life-changing ways. So it's been on my radar. I've been wanting to read it, so I finally found a pretty good copy of this hardcover, not too destroyed, very old, but it's an old book. But yeah, finally got that. I got Harold Bloom's commentary on Shakespeare. I do want to start reading Shakespeare again, and this I like Harold Bloom's commentary, and I was excited to get this. This is a good companion to get more out of Shakespeare. This book was sent to me by Goodreads, or by the publisher. It's John Williams's biography by Tim Grievings, and I think it just came out, so I'm excited about that. That's a nice gift. Thank you to Goodreads. I got part 2 of Lore Olympics. I have volume 1, which I haven't yet read, but I really do want to read it at some point. So got part 2 now, so maybe that'll encourage me to finally read part 1. I also got The Fire This Time by Jasmine Ward. I think I have like all her other books, and this is just her commentary on racism, so I really wanted this book. And then finally, this book was recommended to me by someone who read it. They said it was an amazing Lincoln biography, so it's been on my radar ever since, and I finally found it at a thrift store for $2, so I grabbed it, and I'll get around to reading it, I promise, at some point. Anyway, so that is my book haul for August, and I had a really good time shopping for these books. I am buying a lot less books, I think. I am shopping a lot more often, but I am buying a lot less books, which I guess it's good. I'm just finding a lot less books that I actually want. This experience of going shelf by shelf and like really reviewing my shelves and the books I have on them has been very eye-opening to me regarding what I actually want to read. So I really don't, based on the fact that I think I've gone book shopping almost every single day in August, I don't think this is a very big haul. Anyway, thank you for watching.